And just when you thought I was done, we got some more community insight from lead gameplay director Mike Wang. It's your boy Shake with some more NBA 2K22 news. Let's dive into this. As I kick this off, we got something light, a little bit more gameplay footage from the announcers trailers. Check this out and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
Before it's LeBron and Steph and sure, Harden, sure, that's cool. But like, come on, it's PA guys now. Let's do this. It is that time, your time, to meet tonight's starting five for your Sacramento Kings.
At forward, 6'7", number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
Devin Booker for 3.
At forward, 6'9", number 6, LeBron James.
Ball game, Stephen Curry for 3.
Welcome to our nation's capital.
Offensive foul. Magic ball. Sky Miles. Bridges. We the North. Everybody in the house tonight cheering the black and white. Let's go right now on your feet and make some noise. Jaylen Brown.
Joel, the process head B.
2 minutes. 2 minutos. 3-point goal. John Starks.
Rip City, are you ready?
Minneapolis, it's time to hear you howl for your Minnesota Timberwolves.
Jordan Clarkson dunks it home.
Yeah! Jamal Murray for 1, 2. All right, fans, we need 5.3 seconds of noise!
Welcome to downtown Indianapolis in the heart of basketball country.
3-point, Zach LaVine! Jared Allen with the dunk. At forward, 6'11", number 34, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Michael Jordan hammers it home.
Detroit basketball. All right, Spurs fans, it's game time. Welcome to Memphis, where it's about to go down. Woo-hoo! Zion Williamson with a huge dunk. Are you ready?
It's kind of hard to gauge gameplay in slow motion highlights, but I did notice the authenticity in Dirk Nowitzki's shot, a lot more realistic fluidity. Anyway, back to some more questions from the community. KCE Gamer questions the chef badge. What is long enough? Say you caught it, took one dribble forward, then shot it. Would that be chef or limitless spot up or neither? And Mike says chef rules possibly could change. Must be 30 feet from the basket. You have to wait 2 or more seconds after the catch. You have to be moving for at least 1/2 second. If you stop before shooting, you have to shoot before 1 second expires. I'm not sure why people need such an in-depth explanation for the chef badge. It's basically a badge that gives you a boost for moving shots beyond the 3-point line. Greek Freak asks, is there anything new for screens, Mike? And this is a good one because I've had my complaints over the years, but in 2K21, I felt like they fixed the problem. Mike Wang says the motion team did a lot of work to improve the feel of navigating around screens. They reduced the vacuum effect, improved resolution logic, and more. They feel much tighter now. I should say that they felt like they improved a lot on 2K21 Next Gen. So much so that I don't even remember using Pick Dodger on any of my builds all year. Moniman says, I'm not hearing anything about rim protection. Is there any badges that help that? And Mike is like, of course, Intimidator and Rim Protector are the two main badges for rim protection. Paint Defense is probably in my top 5 2K22 upgrades this year. Blocking is miles better than it has been in the past. The real question is, do we still need interior defense? And is that attribute still a thing in 2K22? Because without interior defense, you was getting posterized no matter what last year. F5 Cashin says, how many signature size-ups will there be at launch? And how many will be added each season? And Mike says, my current plan is to start with 20 options on day 1 and then release 4 new ones each season for a total of 52 new animations. And once again, that's for both current and next gen. Shout out to Power DF with another good question. Could we get some clarification? What's a well-timed shot? Is a slightly late or slightly early well-timed or poorly timed? What's the distinction there? And Mike says, if you cut the make window into 4 equal pieces, the 2 outer pieces, early, late, get an extra penalty. The 2 inner pieces, slightly early or late, get an extra bonus. Excellent is a guaranteed make, and very early or late outside the make window is a guaranteed miss. Some of you guys are gonna quote Mike on this later when you see somebody shoot a very late shot and it still goes in. It'll be super rare, but if I do it in the top 10, people will just assume that it's a regular thing in the game. Quay A says, how does the alley-oop timing work? Is it as soon as you catch the ball? Remember, this is for next gen. Mike Wang says, the meter pops up while the pass is in the air. If you press the shot button too early, you'll miss the catch completely. If you stop inside the window, you'll make the shot, or have a good chance to at least. If you don't press the button at all, you'll catch and come down. I can't understand why we need a meter for catching alley-oops. It would have been better for you to just press X or square as you actually catch the ball to throw it down. That would have been better than looking off your player at some meter in order to time it. If this ends up being a bad look, it'll be another thing that I'd wish 2K would have just brought some guys out to test this in its early development. Not when it's already in the game and they're just playing the game and it's too late to make any major changes. Question from Steven. Does the aggressive dunk timing also apply to our standing contact dunk animation? And if so, will it be harder to time due to shorter animations? Mike says standing contact dunks will use the same logic as last year, i.e. you won't need to use pro stick down to see an increase in standing contact dunk frequency. So I'm not sure if he really answered his question, but it sounds like the aggressive dunk timing won't be applied to standing dunks under the rim. Question from Michael. He says, can I shoot again with up on the shot stick, please? And Mike says, yes. That's also how you shoot bank shots. And going back to 2K17 and 18, that's actually how I used to play once I got into the paint. I used to use the right stick all the time to shoot because it was automatic money off the glass. Wiseman fan asks, in 2K22, do you still lose the ball when you do a hop step on accident? And Mike says no. I know what he's talking about, but I don't really remember accidentally doing hop steps and actually losing the ball. But I do think if really low ball handlers try to do a hop step and maintain their dribble, they probably should be easier to rip though. To confirm a question from my last video, Dustin asks, in 2K22, will dunk landings be in current gen 2? And Mike says yes, dunk landings are in both gens. So again, to confirm that dunk landings are not tied to the aggressive skill dunk. You'll be able to choose some crazy dunk landings in both current and next gen. Raph Henry asked the question, how is the floaters this year? Or the mid-range game in general? And Mike says floaters are much more useful this year. Open middies are money. Notice how he said open middies, and that's a good thing because in 2K19, if you was wide open in the mid-range area, you normally was able to knock those down. For some reason in 21, mid-range shots were horrible. Just made you look really bad when you missed a wide open mid-range shot. Playboy Dono asks a really good question. So if we have our shot meter off, does that mean we won't be able to see the dunk meter either? And Mike says the dunk meter stays on even when the shot meter option is turned off. So this goes for the aggressive skill dunks and for catching alley-oops. I personally don't like the sound of the dunk meter trying to green dunks. I get that they're assigned to special dunks like alley-oops or aggressive posterizers, but those animations are really fast and it just seems like you're gonna end up missing a lot of them. Gate City General says, so if you have flexible and sniper on, are you gonna make a lot of whites or do they cancel each other? And Mike says flexible release is no longer in the game. But he definitely avoided the question of whether or not you're going to make a lot of whites in 2K22. But again, that's going to be up to the community and people's connection and whether or not there was defense involved. I'm pretty sure you're going to see a lot of open mid-range whites going in though. Playboy Dono with another good question. Is there a certain amount of attribute points taken if the defender has the Menace badge? And is it based off the tier of the badge? And Mike says yes, the higher the tier, the more attributes are hit. I'm telling you guys right now, the Menace badge is going to be huge. I'm going to try to use that badge on all of my players. Another good one from Dustin. Posterizer in 2K22 current and next gen. And Mike is confirming that the Posterizer badge is in 2K22. It boosts the frequency of contact dunks with the button and makes it easier to successfully finish aggressive skill dunks. That's on next gen. It just wouldn't be 2K without the Posterizer badge. More on defense from Daddy Drexa. So for paint shot contests, is it only the blocking attribute like last year's next gen? Or will it be a combination of interior defense and blocking attributes? And Mike says for contests, we use interior defense in the paint and perimeter defense outside this year. The block rating will determine how frequently you actually make contact with the ball. So your block rating is not necessarily the means for you to get the perfect block animation. It's primarily your defender's awareness for ball traction. So don't always assume that because you have a high block rating, you're gonna get the best animations to stop dunks or maybe even layups in the paint. You're still gonna need Intimidator and the Rim Protector badge in order to get really good blocks in the paint. And perhaps the biggest question of the day, Cordell asks, so what's up with the MyPlayer Builder on current gen? We still got pie charts or no? And Mike says, yes, there are pie charts in the current gen builder. Some new pies were added. So this is crazy. It's obvious that the MyPlayer Builder on next gen, all that freedom that we have, is just not able to be duplicated on current gen. I really hope the new pie charts they added are capable of matching some of the builds we can make on next gen. I'm not sure how the community is gonna like this. This might be an incentive to encourage people to get a next gen console even more now. So don't be surprised if 2K starts to put a major focus on the next gen version beginning next year. And finally from Irv Gotti, are better steal animations unlocked after a certain threshold is met for the steal rating? And Mike says, in new gen, yes, the steal rating is much more important for steal success this year. So basically, yes, you get better rip animations with a higher steal rating on next gen. On current gen, it might not be tied to newer animations, but I'm pretty sure you're still gonna wanna have a higher steal rating for more steal success. So anyways, your boy Shake. Let me know what you guys think of all this extra information in the comment section below. Is this keeping you guys up to date for those of you guys that are not on Twitter like that, not really following Mike Wang? It's always been my plan to keep you guys as updated as possible. As always, smack that like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications for more news vids, and I will see you guys in the next one.